Hi everyone. Welcome to the final day of our mindset workshop, guys. I cannot believe it. It's day 5. And be proud if you're here and you're watching this live and you have completed the last 4 days, because that's an accomplishment. So today's workshop, we're going to be embracing the best version of you, right? So over the past 4 days, we've laid the groundwork for transformation. And today we're going to be focusing on living our best selves. Not someday, but starting now, right? Well, that's what this whole group is about, right? We're trying to find the best version of ourselves. We're going to transform into the best versions of ourselves. And I'm hoping this first workshop is setting, the stage for what's to come. There's no one on here at the moment. This is live, but I'm sure some people might join later on or watch it later. So I'm just going to recap what we have accomplished so far on the past 4 days of the workshop. So day 1 was reflection and letting go. So we identified and we released what no longer serves us, right? Any habits that are holding you back. If you're someone that just holds grudges all the time, or you're procrastinating, or overthinking, or negative self-talk, or just poor time management, these are things that we try to reflect on, and things that we're going to let go. That was day 1, and I hope you finished your homework for that day. And then we looked at day 2, which was overcoming limiting beliefs. So we reframed self-doubt into empowering ones, right? So like a good example of that is saying I'm not good enough. Well, how would you change that into an empowering belief? You would say, I am good enough. It's that simple, right? Another thing is I'm not going to stick to my goals, or I'm not good at sticking to my goals. You can say, well, I'm learning to stay consistent with small steps, because that's how we get there, right, guys? Small little steps. And then day 3, my favorite, we did visualization for success. And we practiced vividly imagining our goals and the emotions that are tied to them. An example for that is seeing yourself confidently completing or enjoying the benefits of maybe a healthier lifestyle, right? And then day 4, yesterday, was building supportive habits. So you've created a habit plan, right? To take small, consistent actions aligned with your goals, because habits become who we are eventually, right, guys? We also learned about the habit loop, which it really helps, So the first step is the cue, the trigger that starts the habit. So having your journal somewhere where you could see it and it's accessible, right? When so you're stacking it to another habit, a routine, obviously, so that's the behavior itself. And then the reward, the benefit that reinforces this habit. And a good example of that is stacking habits, like journaling gratitude right after brushing your teeth, or prepping for success by laying out your workout clothes, like I said, the night before, something that I do all the time. So yeah, those were the last 4 days, and I hope that you guys did the homework. And if not, please go back and do it. Guys, this is only going to benefit yourself. You're only doing this for yourself. You're not doing it for me. I'm not going to be checking your homework. This is for you, right? Okay, so today's session, guys, we're going to be focusing on fully stepping into who your best self is, right? We're going to define what it looks like to live your best self. And we're going to be using the tools you've learned to cheer yourself on and build momentum. Got a lot of dogs barking here, including mine, so I hope that's not distracting. It sounds like a full-on fight. And then we're going to be creating a vision for long-term growth. and revealing the greatness within you. Hopefully that didn't disturb you as it did me and throw me off, but it sounds like they have all settled it up. Okay, so part 1 of this workshop is defining your best self, right? So, your best self is already within you guys. It's there, it's there. So today we're just going to clarify how that version thinks, acts, and feels so you can bring it to life, right? So we're going to do like a little activity, and hopefully you can do this with us, and you have your journal. So it's maybe you would want to write down what this best version of yourself is like, just so you have something to look back at, or you can just think about it in your head and think about it later. So let's do this activity to reflect what you want to ask yourself, these questions, okay guys? So this is a reflection exercise. So what does my best self look like in a daily life, right? What does this best version of yourself look like? How does she walk, right? How does she talk? How does she dress? How does she interact with other people? How does she feel? Is she confident? I want you to really reflect what this best version of yourself that you're hoping to achieve, right? And then how does this best self handle challenges, guys? Because that's really important, right? It's like, how do we react to things? Is it through anger, frustration, or just avoidance? So and then what habits and values or beliefs define this version of yourself? Some examples are like, my best self wakes up early, right? This best version of yourself, she wakes up early and she practices her gratitude, and she writes it down in her journal, and she approaches challenges with confidence and calm, right? Doesn't that sound like a fantastic person? Or, another example is my best self doesn't let setbacks define me, right? Like, we grow from whatever setbacks we have, and we have to realize that it doesn't define who you are. So you learn how to adapt. I learned how to reflect and how to move forward. So those are some examples of, what your best version what kind of reflection you would hope that best version would be like. And then again, it's good to go back and look at the journal from the last 4 days, because revisiting your journal will help inspire you to figure out how you envision this best version of yourself to be, right? Because if you don't visualize it, and we don't see it, it's not going to happen. You have to imagine what it would be like the whole visualization, guys, is visualizing who you want to be. And like I said, it helps you and encourages you, because you already kind of know who that person is. But if you don't have no idea how she walks, how she talks, how she dresses, how she carries herself, then you can't become that version, because you have no clue what it is, right? So becoming your best self requires you to be, also your biggest cheerleader. You have to be your biggest cheerleader, guys. You got to love yourself. You got to be proud of yourself. You got to be cheering yourself on. And I know that's the hardest thing for us humans to do. I don't know why. Because, confidence isn't about waiting for other people to validate you. That's not what confidence is. Confidence comes from within. It's about proving to yourself that you can keep the promises that you make to yourself. Because if you're letting yourself down, your confidence is going to go down. That's just the way it is. So you need to prove to yourself that, you're going to follow through and do the things that you said you were going to do to help yourself. Because it's only for yourself. Like I said, the only person that's going to stop you from becoming the best version of yourself is yourself. I need you to really, really think of that, because, you might think there's some excuse, or try to find some excuse, or somebody else that's hindering it. But at the end of the day, it's how you handle, the situation, and how you think about it, and how you feel about it. You have control over all those things, believe it or not. You might think you don't, but you do. And some, key points I want you to do is I want you to celebrate like small wins, like recognize every step you take. no matter how small it is, right? So like if you're committed to journaling, right, for 2 to 5 minutes and you did it, celebrate that, man. That's a small win, you know, and that's creating the momentum, because now you're like, oh, I could do that. I could do the next thing, you know, I could go for a 10-minute walk, or I could, you know, go to that class. And that's a small win, guys. And you need to take a note and try to realize that those small little actions that you do for yourself are wins, because they're momentum. They're getting you into the next thing. It gives you confidence. It's you know, it's you're developing and you're making that new version of yourself with these small little steps you're doing. Another thing I really think is important is like to track your progress, because you know we tend to forget where we were or how we're doing. So again, your journal for tracking your habits and how you're growing is so important, right? Write stuff down. Like, you know, today I stuck to my morning intentions and stayed focused at work. And then you can reflect and look back at that and say, well, that was pretty good, right? And again, you know, momentum through action is what is going to help, you know, you follow through for your goals and build the confidence. You know, an example is when you see yourself completing a habit consistently, like if you know you've been consistently going for walks every day for 10 minutes, it just reinforces the belief that you can do this, that you can keep on working on, you know, developing the person that you want to be. And another one, guys, this is a big one. It's positive self-talk. You know, we need to stop talking to ourselves so negatively, and we all do it, and we don't realize it. You know, it can be just like when you wake up in the morning, you look at your reflection, you're like, oh, I'm a scary Mary. You know, no, you're not. And you know, you got to realize your words have power, regardless if you're saying them to yourself or anybody else. So if you're talking negative to yourself all the time, like I can't do this, or I'm not good enough, or I'm not smart enough, or I'm not thin enough, or, you know, and just go on and on with all the negative talk, you become what you're saying to yourself. You don't realize it, because like I said, words have power. There's frequencies in your words, and you don't realize it, but you start believing that negative self-talk, right? So it's really important that we need to start talking to yourself positively. And, you know, would you talk to your best friend like that? You know, would you say those things you say to yourself to your child? You know, no, you wouldn't, because it's horrible, some of the stuff you say to yourself, and you don't even realize it, because it's become a habit, and it's become something that we use to sort of make us feel just that, you know, we're not good enough. That's basically all it is, right? And I don't know where it's stemmed from. Maybe from childhood. Someone made you feel like you weren't good enough. Someone said a comment to you, and then you believed it, and you kept on repeating it to yourself. But, you know, these are things that we really, really need to start practicing. So I highly recommend, once you hear yourself saying a negative thought to yourself, I need you to shadow yourself and say, no, we're not talking to ourselves like that today. You know, so instead of saying, I didn't do enough, say, well, no, I made progress today, and I'll keep building on it tomorrow. You know, you don't have to, you know, just because you didn't get to do something that you were hoping to do, don't beat yourself up about it, okay? Just say you made progress today, and you realize you did it, and tomorrow, you know, you're going to take action. Another good activity, you know, for cheerleading for yourself could be, you know, write down like a mantra, or, you know, like a short little pep talk. You could tell yourself when you're feeling this way and you're feeling super negative. You know, an example is, you know, I've done hard things before, and I can do this too, right? That's a good one, because, you know, we've all had challenges before in our life. So if you just reflect back to the things that you have, you know, and that was a good thing about inside your journal, about reflecting, and, you know, how you managed to do hard things before, challenging things. So, and you can do this too. And then you got to say, every small step is a victory. You know, write something down like that. It doesn't have to be that, but something that the minute those negative self-talks start coming back in, you have something that you could fall back on that, you know, you just repeat to yourself. And I always do that. That's where I always tell myself, I've done hard things. I can do this. I can do this. You know, I'm strong. That's what I tell myself. Or I just say, I am good enough. I am good enough. And you can repeat that to yourself over and over, because you are, guys. You got to realize that. You just need to get rid of this negative talk. And I'm going to have, oh, my dog. I'm going to have probably another workshop on that, because I think it's a big subject that all of us do. And I think more insight in it would be helpful for people, you know. And Muddy, no thank you. Sorry, guys. So embodying your best self is a daily practice. This is something I want to emphasize with you guys, that, you know, you don't just take this mindset workshop and, you know, you're going to be fine on your own. This is something that you need to practice every day. You know, it is a long-term journey, you know, to becoming the best version of yourself and staying that version. You know, we don't want to fall back into our old habits, right? So it's something that you need to do consistently. You need to be practicing writing in your journal every day, guys. And this is going to help, because this is going to reinforce, when you're writing it down on paper and you're seeing it, it's just going to reinforce, you know, all the positive things in your life, because you're going to realize, you're going to say, oh yeah, you know what? Yeah, I wrote that yesterday, and this is truth. So this is the end of today's session, guys. And, you know, let's create a vision for how this version of you is going to grow over time. Another thing, actually, that I did in one of the courses that I took for coaching, that really encouraged me and gave me like more of a vision, talking about visualization and stuff like that, was I wrote a letter to my future self. I wrote a letter, like imagining 1 year from now what my best self would be writing, like what I achieved, habits that I've mastered, you know. It could be anything, guys. It could be like going to the gym 3 times a week, you know. It could be taking that course I wanted to take, or, you know, talking in a meeting, or I don't know, it could go on and on. But like, this is a letter you're writing to your future self. So you already completed all this stuff. It's almost like a make-believe letter, but a letter where you want to see yourself in a year. And then like how you feel about yourself and the progress, you know, like it would be like, dear future me, I'm so proud of how far I've come. I've stayed consistent with my habits, and now I wake up feeling energized and confident every day. You know, I've achieved, you know, whatever goal it is, and I'm living in alignment with my values, and keep going. You're unstoppable. You know, you could write that to yourself. I wrote that down. Thought maybe that'd help. Okay. Well, the homework for today and forever, guys. Let's not going. This is not a homework just for today. I want you to do this like every day. It's going to help, you know, practice living as your best self and build momentum, like for ongoing growth. I want you to have a morning practice, right? And so that morning practice could be visualizing your best self for like 2 to 5 minutes, closing your eyes, sort of like meditating, you know, or meditation if you can. And, you know, visualize where, you know, you want to be and what your intentions for the day are. 2, I need you to do a daily reflection. So this could be at the end of the day if you want. And you want to write down like one way you embodied your best self today. Like, what did you do today that you're proud of? And then maybe one thing to improve for tomorrow. So, you know, what are you hoping for tomorrow that you can improve on for yourself? And then, guys, I want you to write that future letter to yourself and date it. You know, January 7th, 2026, because that's when the letter is written. It's written in the future. And then guys, 4 is action plan. So I want you to write down one specific action that you're going to take this week and every week going forward that aligns with your best self. You know, take action, guys. Like start a habit or something. It could be as something as easy as I am not going to drink this sugar-laden coffee every day, or you know, I'm going to make sure I take 10 minutes for myself every morning to practice self-care, or even just maybe setting boundaries with people in your life that you feel bring you negative energy. You know, like you just once a week have something that you're gonna strive for to do. You know, give it like something big, like I'm gonna go do that gym class, or I'm going to talk to my boss. I'm going to tell him how I feel about, you know, I need a promotion or something. I don't know, guys. You know, it's what everybody's different. Everybody has different goals that they're looking to do, but you need to figure out what deep down you want to do for yourself, right? So just to let you guys know, your best self isn't found in the future. You know, it's created in the choices that you are making today, right? So just, even though we're writing to our future self and stuff like that, I just want you to realize that these little steps you're doing daily is, you know, is what's going to make this version of you that you're hoping to be. I also need you to keep cheering for yourself, okay? And then I need you to like really watch how the momentum builds this greatness, because you'll see these little tiny steps you do. I want to congratulate you guys all for completing this workshop. Congratulate myself for doing it, right? Because this was something on my list that I wanted to do, you know, and guys, like, you know, I did it. Just to let you know, let me be an inspiration for you that you could do things that scare you. I never thought I'd put myself out on social media at 49 years old, but here I am, and I did it. So you can too, guys. You can do things that scare you as well. Just want you to know that. And we're, you know, we're all human. We all can do this. Like this is easy. You just have to believe in yourself. When you see yourself achieving what you said you would do, it's the best feeling, guys. It's the best feeling. And that just gives you confidence and momentum, like I said. So remember, the journey isn't about perfection either. You know, we're going to have slip-ups and stuff like that. And that's, you know, that's life, guys. It's part of life. But you need to just pick yourself up and keep on going. And maybe whatever is hindering to your dreams, right? And every momentum reveals the greatness within you. And you know, there is greatness in you right now, guys. And the time is to reveal it now, right? What are you waiting for? Like, work on yourself, guys. It's so important. So this comes to the end. This is the conclusion is this. So if you guys can let me know what you guys would love more of, write it in the comments, send me a DM, you know, because I plan to do more of this. So if it's more mindset stuff, let me know. If it's fitness and nutrition, which you know I'm going to do anyway, but you know, let me know. And you know, any like changes through premenopause and menopause, skincare, like I love all that stuff. Maybe even fashion, you know, fashion at any age. It's just going to help me to put out content more that is needed in this space, because this is what this group is about, right? I'm trying to make a group so that, you know, we could kind of, oh, hi, Kat. How are you doing? This is a group that I'm hoping to build like a community, and maybe people can make friends out of this group, you know what I mean? And like I said, eventually, hopefully, we could do a retreat and get us all together, and, you know, all, you know, maybe have like a nutritionist there, and meditation person, and you know, all that. So please let me know in the comments or or DM me if, you know, there's anything that you guys would like me to talk about or bring up on this group. Also, I would love if you guys had feedback about this workshop. You know, was it helpful? Did it help you? If it helped you, I would love to know how, because that's just Wow, that's just me and my ego. I just want to know if I'm helping people, right? You're wondering, you're putting out this content and you're hoping somewhere along the line that you're helping people, because this is all the reason why I'm doing this. So I would love if you guys could let me know any feedback. Any feedback would be like, oh, it was too long, or it was too short, or you rambled too much, or yeah, you know, you said too many ums. Anything, any feedback is cool. And I'm going to do another workshop in the future. I just don't know what the topic is of yet. And I'm going to be bringing other people on as well. Like I have a whole roster of people that I want to bring on. Like I'm looking at bringing a hormone specialist on to talk, a dermatologist for skin, also someone that specializes in meditation, and even a movement specialist. Like I have all these plans, guys. But if you could give me some feedback and let me know what you're interested in now, then, you know, I'll try to, you know, prioritize what to put up first. I just plan on to bring you guys tons of knowledge, so that you have these tools to build the best version of yourself. Okay, so also please share this group and this workshop with as many people as you feel can benefit from it, because like I am trying to reach as many people and help as many people as I can with this. So, you know, it's free, so it'd be silly, right, not to share this information out there, guys. And I'm sorry for my ums and all that. This is my first workshop. I might have not been too professional, but I hope my message got out to you and you guys have gained some confidence and encouragement that you can become the best version of yourself. Like, don't give up on yourself, guys. Don't do that. Don't do that. Like I said, the only person that's going to stop you is you. And again, thank you so much for showing up and supporting this and all of the above. Not just this workshop, just the group. And also, thank you so much. Thank yourself, you know, for showing up and doing this for yourself. Like I said, be proud of yourself that you want change, guys, because this is like a first step, right? If you haven't done anything so far, this is a first step. And if you haven't done the workshop from day 1 to day 5, like you haven't taken it seriously and actually did all the homework I told you, please do, guys. Like, it's going to benefit you. You have nothing to lose. You only have something to gain. It's free. And I know this is everything that I've taught you in these last 5 days is everything I've learned in all 3 of my coaching courses. You know, mindset is so important. So if you could wrap yourself around that first, you know, all the other things are going to be so much easier. So share this with as many people as you can. And thank you again for showing up and listening to me ramble. And go out there and shine, guys. And shine. Okay? You can do it. I love you.